Hello and welcome to the Ring It On podcast. I am Jordan from Exo Sounds. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we are talking something fun that we haven't talked about before, and we're talking photo booths with the absolute legends from Mirror Image Photo Booth. Give them a round of applause, everybody. Photo booths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, normal, not so normal. It's not everyone's cup of tea, is it? But some people love
Well,
them.
we'll get into that. Why is it not everyone's cup of tea straight away?
I don't know. I feel like some people get married and they think like their number one thing is a photo booth. Other people, it's down on their list, and that's like totally fine.
Yeah, well, we can definitely get into all that because I think it's a fun, welcome addition because it gives some people something to do. But we'll get into that. But so you run Mirror Image Photo Booth, and you've been doing it for what, 5 years? 4 years? 10
I'd
years?
say not 10 years, gosh. No. I mean, my grey hairs would suggest otherwise, but I'd probably say it's been about 4 or 5 years now. The lines are a bit blurred because we started just working at Mirror Image Photo Booth. So my sister started up the company.
Okay,
and
so there's a story about all this.
There is. So she started up the company and we started working there when she moved to Brisbane. So it just all became a blur from there, I think, because we worked, I don't know the exact timeline, but we were probably doing it for about a year before.
That's like staff members.
Staff
members for her. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Because they
staff members that were doing just about everything.
Okay. Shots fired.
No.
I'm joking.
She was living in Brisbane, so that's why, you know.
For sure. Because do you have any like photography background? Is it a photography job? Because there are elements, and I can tell you about a horror story I saw the other night, but I won't get into too much detail. But like you have to know the techie part of it. Like it's a photo booth is essentially, I think, probably even explaining that to some people because there's so many variations of what a photo booth is. But even before we do that, like you don't have to be a photographer to get into it, right?
No.
Just have to know the very basics, I would say.
Yeah, and the classic kind of first ever photo booth is kind of like the ones, you know, that you see at the airports that do your passport kind of thing, which is kind of the idea that you're recreating. You're just a like a movable version of it. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that kind of it?
Yeah, just a little bit more exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's it. No, it is way more exciting. But that's essentially what it's coming from, is being able to, like, you know, capture, you know, in a different way, like, that kind of moment and set up a little scene for everybody to kind of engage on their event. Yeah. But, you know, like, you don't have to, it's not like when I interview photographers and videographers on here that they're all out, like, shooting landscapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, doing portraits for friends and things before that. It really is one of the parts of the wedding industry that is kind of like, I'm doing this as it's kind of quite targeted, really.
Yeah, I think so. And I think...
Is that what your sister was doing?
Well, she actually started with photography first.
Okay, so she does have the story. She has the story. I just said you don't have to do.
I know.
But
so she did start in photography first. So that was really beneficial for us because when we sort of did the handover, she like still gives us tips today, of course.
Yeah.
Whenever we've got any questions, but yeah, she did have that photography background.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not necessary because. And it's sort of what we were talking about before, this with the lighting and everything like that, is that it's sort of the same settings in every environment we're in because we do have the artificial flash. So
so photographers, unlike videographers, don't have to light a scene, which is what I have to do here. I have to light this room up to make sure it works the whole time, but the flash will save it. But you still have to know, like there's still so a photo booth has a camera in it, right?
Yeah.
Like a proper camera.
Yeah?
Some DSLR in it.
Tell me what's in it.
Well, we've got two types of photo booths. So we've got our mirror photo booth, which is the best one for weddings. That's like our premium photo booth, I would say, because it looks like a big mirror. But behind the mirror, you've got professional camera that's like eye level, I would say. And then you've got like the touch screen for the photo booth itself, which we do everything custom. So when couples book with us for their wedding or their engagement party, we have like an online booking system where they select their photo strip design, they select their start screen, so it's all custom.
So you're essentially setting up, that's in the printing element of it, so you're essentially setting up like how they can customise what it's going to come out and look like on the printer. So it's way more techie then, because you've obviously got a touch screen and like that's controlling the camera?
Yeah.
Controls the whole thing basically. So from start to finish, from starting the camera all the way to printing the photos, it's all
on the touchscreen.
On the touchscreen.
And did you create this, or is this your sister that had it all?
That was well, she created it technically, but it's a software that you can buy and run.
So it's like an add-on to any DSLR that you can kind of get that will make it do these things from a distance or whatever.
Yes.
To
although because my sister started the business in I'd say 2018, so 8 years ago now, maybe even longer.
Probably longer, yeah.
So it was really good when she had that software. They don't offer like that particular software anymore, and it's sort of like you don't need to do regular updates or anything like that. So we're like very happy that we have that because they moved to some like other way of doing it.
Yeah, of course they did.
One and done, and we don't have to worry about anything.
And it just works.
Nothing changes.
So what's the screen? Is the screen like a TV?
Yeah, so it's a TV behind the mirror, and then the touch screen is built into the actual mirror part of the booth.
So it's a way more serious operation than it's not just someone with a camera, because there's so many variations on a photo booth.
Yeah.
And so the mirror one, which is where the name obviously comes from, that's the one where you kind of walk up behind it and then, right? And then you sort of like touch here and then you're on and then look here, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of has a visual aspect to it as well.
Yeah.
It's like telling you what to do. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. We're just there
I'm always in it being a fucking goose, but I don't actually know
We're just there for vibes, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
We don't need to do much. Once we set everything up, like people could just go through and do it themselves.
Yeah.
But I think, you know.
Well, an unmanned photo booth is a disaster.
I know,
Okay?
I know.
I tell you this, I've seen it. I've seen it. And that's why you have to staff it, right?
Yeah.
Because an unmanned one, well, first of all, your props are gone, right?
Yeah.
Straight away. In fact, there's one right here.
I know.
I found one the other day. I was finishing one and I'm like, oh, that's good. Mrs. Always right. There you
Yeah.
go. But you have all kinds of props that you bring in if you don't have somebody controlling that. And also just encouraging people to kind of come into it and you know, to stand in the right place and do it again and print something like that.
Yeah.
But so that's like, how long have these been popular for? Like, was it created because there was a demand, or was it just an idea? I don't feel like I haven't been in the wedding industry
I
that
think
long.
When Meg's sister started it, that was
The
kind of like
first mirror photo booth
of that style.
that was in Tassie.
And there wasn't any really other open air ones as well, so it was a big
Shift.
big difference.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Because it's got a backdrop to it as well. And can they change the backdrop?
Yeah, so we've got about 10 different backdrops for people to choose from. Everyone prefers different things, obviously. For weddings, though, it's usually our champagne sparkle.
That's the Goldie sparkly
one.
one.
Yeah. And we've actually got 3 of those, I think, just because obviously we've got different photo booths. We can be doing 2 or 3 events, you know, on a night. So, we had to buy another backdrop and another champagne sparkle backdrop.
Which is a good problem to have. But I think it's good. So you probably, out of most parts of the industry, actually probably have to have quite a detailed like website explaining all these little elements of like, you know, I guess how does your packages work even from that element? Like you get one backdrop, a set of props and a thing. Is that how it's being booked?
Yeah, with our mirror photo booth, because like I said, we've got 2 different types you can book. So with our mirror photo booth, everything is just done. Obviously, if people email us, we'll explain everything. But if you go through our website and you book online, it literally outlines everything to, like I said, you can choose your photo strip design, you choose the start screen you want on the photo booth itself when you walk up to it, and then it's got all of our backdrop options on there as well. But I mean, it's like anything, isn't it? You have a website and people still have questions, don't they?
Of course they do. But I just think it's a bit more detailed. Like I haven't even thought about that. Like essentially you kind of want them to go through that before you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like again, obviously on this podcast, I bring everything back to music because that's what I fucking do. So, but like I don't want to deal with questions until I see their questionnaire, essentially. Like until they've filled out their brief.
Yeah.
The questions are a bit pointless because I'm going to see things that I need to know about. And prior to this moment, before we've got most of it, you can't really pull it apart. Do you know what I mean? It's a waste of everyone's time.
It's like when people email and say, how much would it be for 3 hours? It's like, okay. And I mean, no, you know.
Well, let's talk about that. So what's your normal... So a photo booth at a wedding is obviously an add-on. It's not a photographer. It's kind of like, from my perspective, it's kind of like how games at canapes used to had this real day in the sun for a couple of years, and everyone was setting up like, you know, chess and the thingos and the thingos. And then everyone realised that no one's fucking doing that because everyone's having a chat, right? But everyone tried for ages, right? Like it was a thing and now it's not really a thing. Because the guests don't need to be entertained at canapes because it's only just started. Yeah. That's my theory.
Absolutely.
Right? So you don't need to provide them with a game because they're not children.
And everybody's still sober. They're barely talking to anyone they don't know.
Someone might disagree and say it's a good icebreaker.
True.
But I essentially think that's what the photo booth does later. First of all, it captures the moment for everybody, which is super fun. But it's also like an icebreaker, like gives people something to go and do, gives people something to go do together.
Yeah.
And it's like awesome use because it captures the moment for them and
it captures a different side of the wedding because all your photos are always like prim and proper.
Yes.
Everyone's being really nice. Yes. Whereas the photo booth can go
they just
completely the other way.
They go wild in the photo booth. And you get you get all of it digitally, don't you?
Yes, you do.
So how does that work? So not only are they getting a printout on the day, everyone's getting what, 1 or 2? Is that part of your deal too? So let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Okay,
let's go back. So let's talk about a booking from start to
Yes.
finish. So the first email comes through and spaced around time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's your standard booking for time?
Well, with I'll answer this one because I usually reply to the emails. With our weddings, surprisingly, I mean, it might be surprising, it might not. We usually say to people for a wedding, you don't need any more than 2 to 3 hours, depending on what sort of reception you're having. If it's cocktail reception, like it's stand up, you're not having a formal sit down dinner. 3 hours, may be a good time.
Depending on the style of it, you could even go 5 with a canapé. It's just dependent on
what your run sheet looks like.
Kind of vibe is for the wedding.
Yes.
Because if you're not doing hours of traditional photos, then the time is going to be used. Yeah. But if you're off for 2 hours doing photos or an hour
and then you come back,
people seem to kind of stay away a bit more.
Yeah, I think you might be right in the sense that it's kind of almost like, I think it works the best when it's very much like there's an announcement that it's open and then it's closing soon. Like as in here's your window.
Yeah.
And that's when people smash it the hardest.
Whereas when I come up and annoy you and say, can you just let people know there's 15 minutes left,
it's true. But I mean, I think you guys and obviously like catering staff are the only people that ever on site with me to the end. So you've seen it all. We've both seen it all, haven't we?
Yeah. But I feel like though there's a downside to that and we're getting off track again.
Yeah, we'll get back on track, but you can say your downside. The sides are good.
I feel like because we could absolutely say, oh, yep, you need 5 hours, but look, that doesn't look good for us because we're standing there for 3 hours not doing anything. Yeah. But the downside is because we come and set up, we usually come and set up when speeches are happening. So, no one's looking at us. They're looking at whoever's doing the speeches, whatever. And, everyone comes into the photo booth, say 8:30, 9 o'clock. There's 2 hours left of the wedding. So I feel like the downside is, I'll get there eventually, that we just don't get to have that opportunity with the bride and the groom, like building that connection with them on the day. Whereas I feel like, you're there pretty much all day doing...
Yeah, well, I can talk about this with a lot of people on here. I think that really it's the photographers and videographers that have the most connection. I personally don't mind if I don't talk to the couple at all because it means I'm doing a great job.
True.
But obviously it's nice to have a chat and get them, chat throughout and get the vibe. But if they're just thumping on the dance floor, then I've killed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I think it's an interesting one because with a photo booth, there's so many elements even that can help or make or break it. Time for sure. So a big long day with a photo booth maybe isn't the best use of the day. And a time thing might work, but you might be right. If the dance floor is thumping, then you're not really getting utilised either.
No.
And if you are, you're interrupting my fucking dance floor.
Well, I think it's good because most weddings that we do together and most weddings that we do in general, we're set up next to the dance floor anyway. So people, it's just a constant in the photo booth, on the dance hall. I think that's how it should be. And I mean, look, the photo booth takes a minute really.
Yeah. Exactly.
By the time people come in, get their photos, they print out, it's literally a minute.
Is there a theory on that? Is it better to be completely separate, around the corner or something like that? Or is it really right next to it?
You definitely want to be in view because we've found when we're slightly out of view, people just don't seem to gravitate towards it, because when people can see other people using it, that's like the big thing that pushes other people to then go in there.
And from a client's perspective, you want them to get the most out of their day. So are there any rules on like how many photos they can have or anything like that?
They can have, just basic,
because no one's ever tested it.
all the printing packages we have all come with unlimited printouts. So
really,
when we say when we say unlimited, we mean that we will print a photo strip out for everyone in the photo. So if there's 4 people in a photo, we'll do 4 photo strips,
and we'll max it out at like 10 or 12. Depending on
10 or 12 of the ones, because that seems outrageous, unnecessary. What is
and
it, the whole
anytime
team?
we print more than, I have printed more than that, usually we cap it at 10, and we don't actually even let
and
it go
people
past
don't
10.
take them. Yeah. People just don't take the printouts, and we're like,
and then we're stuck with half a dozen photos of one group of people
yes.
that we then give to the bride and groom.
I love them, man. I always have them in my jacket pockets and pull them out for my kids all the time. I'm just like, hey, well, there's one. I always jump in. I always jump in a photo with. You got to just do it for. You got to do it for. Just
the memories.
It captures the thing. Absolutely. But so you get a printed version. So what's the printing scenario here? Like you obviously have. Can they alter the way it's printed, or it's always that strip?
No. So we can do 4x6. So that's the bigger sort of standard photo size, and we can offer the photo strip. So even if you want to do a combination of both, then that's an option as well.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So and you can change that just like by
at the start. There's an option to either do the photo strip or the 4x6 photo, and then we can also do black and white as well.
Right.
So.
And so and you also get all these digitally. Now, how does that work? Is it on a card in the camera, or is it on a program?
No, so they all say, so within the photo booth there's also a computer that everything runs to, and it just saves to the computer. So then after the event, usually the next day...
This is good information for everybody to know. After the event, the ideas are captured.
Yes, we will go through and just, sometimes people lean against the backdrop and you can see the rest of the room, whatever. So we'll go through, we'll edit them, we'll just crop them in. Like we don't do any Photoshop skills.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, we've got a lot of people that ask us.
Edit's a very vague term.
Yes. People say, oh, can you make me look younger? It's like, no.
No, you can. Here's your photo.
You
make yourself look younger. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I mean, it's a photo, yeah. Yeah, so you have the ability to, so that's included in the package as well, to send them through a digital...
Full online gallery after the event.
Really?
Usually...
That's so
within
good.
2 days, it'll come out. We say a week, but Meg usually gets home and does it.
I know.
Pretty much straight
Sometimes even in the car on the way home, Joe will be driving and I'll be there on the laptop, like just getting it started.
It's actually such a good business model. I had Sophia from Special Day Content on yesterday, and she the whole point of a content creator is that quick turnaround. Like it's not going to be a masterpiece video. It's here's everything I took. So she gets home, clicks it all into a folder, and has it uploading with her phone upside down, so she can't see the light all night long. And then the next morning, like 100 gig is just up in there. She's like, oh thank God now, and then she can actually move on. If she didn't do it that night, then it's hanging over her all day.
Exactly.
I know.
It's a pain.
I feel like as well though, you just want people. I remember our wedding. You wake up the next day and you just think like, what even happened yesterday? It was just such a blur.
Yeah,
and
it is a blur. I did your wedding, did I not?
I know.
But you weren't working in the industry then, though,
No,
were you?
we
And it was
weren't.
quite early on when I was down here too, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was 5 years ago this year, so I feel like
there
we
you go.
were just
2021 or something.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, early days. I'd only just been here in 2020, and COVID was most of that.
I'm surprised you don't remember the exact date of our.
I vaguely recall a dance or something.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say, remember that time I said to you, oh, do you remember our dance? We did a mashup, and you were like,
is that why I remember it? Because you've recently reminded me.
Yeah, because I've said to you.
That means I'm way shitter. But what, you did a dance?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone does a dance, don't they? But we did full-on mashup dance.
Yeah.
But I feel like we were just, looking back now, we were just babies then, weren't we?
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Oh,
Right.
God, yeah, man.
23. Like.
Wow. Yeah, that is babies.
know.
That is babies.
And
even now, I got married at 27 or 8. She was 27, I was 28. And even that, when you see a 27-year-old couple today,
I know.
you're like, what are you guys doing?
And you just think like, and looking back now, there's so many things we were not our the music that we had.
The music
on the day.
was fucking excellent.
yeah.
I don't
We'd
know.
have
Was
the
I?
same.
Well, that's interesting. Was I? I can't even remember. I think I did a good job.
Definitely.
I can't recall.
Definitely.
You didn't go home the next day and be like that.
No.
Sometimes you wonder, right? Because you think when you do people's weddings, you're never going to see these people again, and you might not be on an off day. You know how we all have an off day. You've actually seen it all. This is the reason I was saying before. Like, you're there with me on the D floor, and you've seen me crush.
Yeah.
And you've also seen me bomb real hard.
I know. And I also feel
it's
like...
never my fucking fault.
No.
Isn't it?
Never.
Literally like some of the songs that I'm playing the night before that kill. You're then hitting play and it's just dead air and you're sitting there looking at me going... Ooh.
I know. Like, there's no one in the photo booth. There's no one on the dance floor.
It's not my fault. You can't out DJ or out photo booth a bad crew. It's not. You can't do it.
Exactly.
Right?
Some people just want to sit there and talk and do nothing.
And that's fine. That's life. And I'm all for it. But it's funny because you guys really do see it because you're often right there next to me.
I know. And I feel like whenever we do a wedding together, I just feel like, what's Kim Kardashian's mum's name?
Chris.
Yeah, I feel like, because I'm all...
Real quick jump in there.
Oh, God. Should I be worried about that?
Oh, you mean lovely Chris? I love Chris. Yeah. Chris Kardashian.
But I just feel like...
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good one.
Okay. Because I'm always there, like... Because I usually leave Joe in the photo booth. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go. I'm going to take some behind-the-scenes video. So I'm always there. I feel like, especially with you and a lot of other vendors that we work with all the time, I'm always there just with my phone, like in the background, like filming everyone.
Capturing the chaos.
You know?
Yeah,
so,
that's good.
But I think you've got to do that as well because you need content.
You got to have content, mate. We talked about this yesterday. I was living. Yes, content is. It's especially in the vendor world, like having vendor to vendor tagging and stuff like that. It helps everybody kind of do that. But yeah, it is funny. It is funny how we're always there, just looking at each other from across the room, going like, I can't believe how much that sucked. I don't know. What
it is either we're looking at each other like that, or we're looking at each other with our phones out, filming each other from across the room. Like,
so there's chaos in the booth all the time. Like if the booth's pumping, there's always chaos in that. I mean, you must have seen it all.
Yes.
Like tits out.
Seen everything.
Body parts.
Dicks out.
Yep. Dicks out, tits out, anything. You know?
And is there any rules on that kind of stuff?
It depends.
The one that stands out is the bloke that came up and he's like, can I get naked? And I was like...
At least he asked.
I was like...
Well...
I'd prefer it if you didn't, but I can't stop you. Like, I'm not your mum. I'm not going to kick you out because I don't have that power. But
and also, there's a full online gallery that goes to the bride and groom. Yeah. So if you want to be naked in their gallery,
That's a good one to call it. Some people would love that, though. There are those kind of people, eh?
Yeah.
Depending on the crowd, we don't know them that well, but if you decide that getting naked is your thing and you get naked and you ruin someone's wedding day, then... Yeah.
Well, I've seen it go really wrong. It wasn't you guys, but I've seen it at Home Hill. Yeah. And I think they were unmanned. And I think that's why. And I think it had like one of the
360 booths.
I don't think it was the ones from now. It might have been. It was a couple of 3 years ago.
Yeah, we had one of our photo booths there unmanned, which is why I'm saying.
On that day?
Yeah. Yes.
At Home Hill?
Yes, but it wasn't a 360 booth.
No, but something got broken big time.
Yeah.
In the 360 booth with the moving part because someone went a bit crazy and fell off and was hammered. And someone had the dick out for sure.
Yeah. That was a time.
Yeah, that was a really rough night. On that night, went out to the bus to make sure it was manned and cut the thing off half an hour early, which I've never done before. Yeah. But I was just like, no one felt safe.
Well, you've got to draw a line,
No one felt safe. No one was comfortable. No one was happy. And, photographers and videographers were against the wall, like freaking out.
Yeah.
And it was a rough crowd of rough, big dudes. And I'm like, I'm shutting this down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because we had one of our digital photo booths there, which we just set up earlier, leave, explain them how to use it. And then...
No props?
No, they can bring their own props. Because we just can't take the risk of...
Okay, so let's talk about all that. Let's get us back on track. But yeah. But did yours survive that night?
Yes.
So
we...
but the other one didn't, right? Well, it got smashed.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, it's because we didn't set that one up. My sister went and set that one up, so,
Because we had like 3 events on that day.
So. Yeah. So unluckily she had that one.
Yeah.
Took one for the
team.
But
I think she kind of got it good. She set up before things got rowdy, and she rocked up when
everyone was
when I'd already sent everybody home. Well, she would have because they were gone half an hour early because I was like, this is unacceptable stuff. So let's go talk about more about what you actually can offer as well because I'm a professional. I'm professional.
We all are.
But like, there's besides dicks out, everywhere. You can offer lots of different. So how many different setups do you have?
We have 4 photo booths in total.
Yeah.
One of them is our mirror photo booth, which is best for weddings.
Yep.
The other 3 that we have are digital photo booths, like Joe said. We do have the option to add printing to those, but they're ones that we usually leave unmanned.
Okay, so they're the ones that are like on a tripod with a backdrop.
Yeah, they're a bit more than a tripod.
No, but like the ones that are standing, like freestanding, and you press, and it kind of then asks you to send it to your phone or something?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's got like the iPad screen, and it'll have press here to start, and then you can choose single photo.
Sorry, it's not a fucking tripod. I mean, it's like on a stand. It's standing
it's
there.
It's
standing up. It's not a thing like because your other unit's this big, massive floor basically.
Yes.
Whereas it's a smaller footprint.
Yes.
It's probably more inconspicuous in a way. Like it doesn't look like it's going to be a photo booth.
Okay.
Because
so that's a good thing, even just to let clients know. Like, how much space does the big mirror one?
We'll always say
need
3 by 3 meters.
Yep.
Bigger is
because you have a trestle as well for props.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll set up the backdrop, and then about probably
2 meters, I would say.
1.5 2 meters away from the backdrop, the booth will go.
Yep.
So that we can capture the full background, get as many people.
So they need a space. They can't just like tuck it in. You know?
No,
people ask DJs all the time, like, how much space do you need? It's like, well, the table's 1.2, and then 2 speakers, and then a human being behind. Like, what?
And then
it's like, don't try and jam it right next to Nana. Like, that's not going to help anybody. Make a space.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially when you've got to dance
like,
as well,
make a space.
You've got Gus on the saxophone.
I just don't understand. Like, I know, I get that people have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But like, the idea that if I said it like 1.4, they'd be like, oh no, it's all over. It's like, I need it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like one of our big things that we'll send out in the email before the event is that if it's upstairs, we need elevator access because we can't plug it upstairs.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that heavy?
And it weighs about probably 40 kilos.
30 to 40 kilos.
So for 2 people carrying it on either end, it's not super heavy.
No, but it can be done.
It is very awkward.
It is awkward,
It's like 1.8 meters by about a meter. So it's
and the backdrop's quite big too.
Yeah.
But you can pull that down.
Yeah. That just goes in a bag.
Yeah.
But we had one where we rocked up and their day had already, I don't think this wasn't a wedding, but they'd already had a very bad day.
Oh, okay.
We rocked up. And
what happened?
It was their birthday.
Yeah.
The venue had lost their booking. The caterer had forgotten them, and we rocked up.
What kind of shit show is this?
I know, and I felt.
Where was it? No, you don't have to say.
No, we won't say.
Please tell me later. Will you? Please tell me later.
No, it's not wedding related, so you know. But we got there and we felt so bad, didn't we? Because we had our mirror photo booth. Yep. It was an older establishment.
Okay.
No elevators.
Okay.
Probably like 2 flights of stairs, I would say.
I know, you're at Henry Jones, aren't you?
No.
Okay.
Not quite that fancy.
No, it wasn't that fancy. But we felt so bad because, that's right, it was a surprise birthday party.
Oh.
And we got there and they were about to do the surprise. And then they were like, where were you? Like, you needed to be here earlier. And we were like, but it's all in our
Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that?
No.
Well, that's on them then. So
no, and I mean, but that's the thing, isn't it? People that are organising these events, they're not planners. They've never sort of done this before. So that it just sort of goes over your head a little bit, which is fine, but we felt so bad, didn't we? So we got on the phone to Joe's mum and we were like, oh, can you please bring this other photo booth in because we can't take the mirror photo booth up the stairs. So we were like, can you bring in just one of our other digital photo booths? And of course she just is amazing and she helps us out all the time.
Is she up the road here?
Yes, she is. So
third employee that doesn't really get paid, but
that's what mum should do, man.
Anytime there's an issue, we forget something.
Oh God.
No, that's amazing. So she saved the day. So she brought in the unit to make it work.
Yes, she brought in the other photo booth. We were able to, because that one's a lot lighter. Because it comes apart in pieces, so we can carry it upstairs really easily.
And a smaller space required for that one? Not really.
No.
You need to be the same distance away, which is the big thing.
Yeah.
Like,
still got a backdrop. Still got
distance between the backdrop and the camera.
Backdrop's the same as it would be with the other one.
Yeah.
So you can't change that.
And the backdrop's 2.4 metres wide by 2.4 metres tall.
Yeah.
So we don't get a lot of people, but we get some people that say, oh, I can provide my own backdrop. And we're like, Yes, you can do that.
We did it once.
Yeah.
And we learnt from it very quickly.
This is the equivalent of me when back in the day we used to say the PA was like optional and they could kind of like, not that it was optional, but it was sold, the packages were sold as like, here's my price plus audio. Yeah. And so some people would therefore try and take that off because they had a mate. And like one time I rock up and it's the shittest stuff. Nothing that I need. You know, in the car I have like 50. Look at there's 8 here. There's about 10 of these bows. Yeah. I have 4 in the car at all times, just in case.
Yeah.
Anything like, and I have my custom the idea that someone could save $200 and pull that away, and I'd have the worst day of my life is like it's just not an option. It comes in. Well, you know what I mean?
The thing is as well, like they're saving $200, but equipment costs that you're actually bringing, like. You're bringing stuff that's worth
thousands of dollars. But essentially, it's what I mean by that, even with the backdrop bit, is like yes, they could take it out and kind of get creative, but it's better for the overall product that it's just going to work real good.
But I think in your situation as well, like it's a reflection on yourself as well. Even though they've opted not to have, your PA system, it's the same with us with the backdrop.
As 8 years ago, can't have it anymore.
Yeah. But at the time, people... like other guests don't know that, so they just think, oh, like this musician's pretty average,
sounds terrible. He's doing a terrible job.
Or
it's
like
it's not my fault.
People
with the photo booth, they'd go away and they're like,
oh, that backdrop was
shit.
Yeah,
interesting. Because it must be a thing with photo booths as well. Like it really can go awry sometimes. Like if the light, so like. How important is that lighting in that space? Does it kind of matter where it is as long as you have the space and the flash can kind of fix it or whatever?
With our mirror photo booth, you can have that you could have that in a pitch black dark room and it wouldn't matter because we've got the strobe flash on top like that. It just lights up the whole space and that's fine. With our digital photo booths, that's a little bit different because it's just a ring light essentially and it does go quite bright. But with those, you do want to have the best lighting possible.
So the space in the room matters a little bit more.
Yeah,
it does matter there. Like you want a little bit of overhead lighting just so you've got some light. Because if you've got no light or really dim light, it just doesn't.
There's just
doesn't
a lot
work
of
as well.
And
then if you turn the ring light up, then it's too bright and people are there squinting at the camera.
Yeah, for sure. So you have 3 of the digital ones, and they can print as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we offer it as a digital package first where people can send it as a text message or scan a QR code, download it to their phone, which is good we usually recommend that for engagement parties because it's obviously the lead up to your wedding and it's a little bit more cost effective if you don't want...
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper than having the mirror booth or having the digital booth and printing because obviously we don't have that overhead of the printing costs and we can
you can
leave
do that one unmanned.
You
can do that one unmanned as well, which is obviously a big change. But that means no props.
Yes, that does. So we used to do props and look, everything, you have contracts and everything like that because you learn from your mistakes, don't you? So we used to do props and then it just was not worth the hassle of...
Makes too nice is what she's trying to say.
Yeah, no,
because props would go missing.
Of course they do.
You got half a dozen props missing, but they said they had a really good time.
And then you don't want to...
Well, I don't want to
sour the experience by going, oh, well, actually you owe us $20 for, all the glasses that went missing. Or, I mean, even at our mirror photo booth events when we've got props, it's sort of sometimes, even
with 2 people there,
I know.
You can still so easily...
Oh, yeah.
And they just go missing. They get lost, especially if the dance floor's pumping, If
I'm doing too much of a good job, you're going to lose all your shit.
Then
That's
those props go and...
See all the hats out on the dance floor.
Yeah.
I never thought I would care so much about a cowboy hat from from a dollar store. Yeah. But when those props go missing, it's just like, where are they?
Well, it's all about your margins too, isn't it? Like if you're always having to buy stuff all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, there was a plate smashing incident at one of my weddings the other day. To put on the Zorba the Greek, and then they started smashing plates. And I was like, oh no, so I shut it down and whatever. And the venue was great about it. And but they obviously had to charge the person for smashing 20 plates. Like, of course you did.
And usually venues don't have cheap plates either.
Especially not this venue that we know very well, which I won't talk about, but it's very not cool. But to be even a bit shocked that there's going to be a charge. Like, of course there's going to be a charge. You just smashed half the fucking stuff.
And people think, well, I paid a lot to be here today.
Yeah.
But you've paid a lot for what you're getting.
Yeah, you paid a lot for the standard thing, not just to smash the place up.
You haven't paid the add-on.
Yes, exactly. The prop thing, because do you have an outline of what props will come or anything like that? I guess you just show photos of other people.
And for our weddings, we've got like this prop here is part of a set, so that comes into it as well. So these foam props, I mean, they're a bit more than foam, but a set of these probably sets us back about $200.
Yeah, right.
And it comes with
about half a dozen.
5 double-sided props.
Yep.
So if one of these goes missing, then
sucks.
You can't buy a single one. You got to buy
the whole set.
Has Temu helped you a little bit?
Well, we actually haven't tried ordering these ones from Temu, have we?
No.
So
I mean, they're going to be shit, aren't they? Like everything there. It's like all my speed dealer glasses. I don't know if you saw that, but I have all these now just to make people more comfortable. I take like a whole bunch of these.
Oh yeah.
And that's just so people can like put on glasses and have like a just to I sit behind the desk and feel the door could just like But the whole point of them is I got them all from Temu for like $8.
Yeah.
For like 100
exactly.
cents of shit. And so I don't care. But that's a different story, isn't it?
Obviously, we use a lot of Love Heart glasses because they're just really in fashion at the moment.
Absolutely.
And if
they're probably yours.
They're
probably
they're definitely a lot less stress.
Yeah, than these, for example.
Exactly. They're cheap to replace. We don't want people to take them, but if
don't take the props, everybody.
No.
It's not included. Don't take the props.
But I think that's the hard thing as well because, like Joe said, I'm a little bit nice sometimes, and I sort of feel bad because obviously the bride and groom are the ones that have hired us, so they. I don't know. I guess they are responsible for what their guests are doing, but at the same time, they're having the best night of their life.
That are ruining it for everyone.
Yeah, it's a real toughie, man. I had one with gear. I mean, I know we're talking gear and stuff like now, which would probably be of interest to some other vendors and things. But like I had a guy. I was down at the balcony at Villa Howden below it, and he opened a champagne like a F1 guy above me. He was a really nice bloke. But he was 20 centimeters away from fucking everything.
Yeah.
10 grand kit. Like it got on it and I cleaned it off and it got on my thing. But had it got a bigger spill and this much to the right, it's night over, game over, I'm out. I'm out and the gear's broken.
Yeah.
Like I'm out anyway, gear broken or not, because you just soaked me in champagne.
Exactly.
But also you just almost destroyed this entire event. At 9:45 it was.
Yeah. So you got a couple of hours to go. And
then you got an hour 15 ready to roll. That's a couple of hours. I don't fucking go after 11.
I think that's the part of the night. It feels like a couple of hours.
Yeah, I've seen you go to like 1 a.m.
No. 11 o'clock is my time. But no, you can search out.
Nothing good happens after 11
Nothing
o'clock.
good. And we know this and we see this. And it is proven to me almost every time that it's extended. That they think it's going to get better, and all it does is get sloppier and weirder and dumber and
even 5-10 minutes.
I'm not joking, man. I had one there that I again asked the bride. I said I won't charge it. Like you have this left to pay because I'm here till midnight, but this is getting out of control.
Yeah,
and it was 11:10. And up until that, if that had been at 10:45, I thought we're cruising. Yeah, and then 11:10. Full bottles of champagne are getting smashed. Yeah. People are free-shotting gin into each other's mouths. Somebody's hurt themselves and there's a fight happening out the back. And you're like, whoa, it just happens every time. Yeah. It actually, I was at Froggy's the other day and they had an extension. And if they had finished at 11, it was the biggest, most pumping D floor ready. And then, and not my fault, but something kind of wandered off and some people left on their own accord, so the bride and groom got taken off to say goodbye, and then someone else went out, and then the last drinks were kind of done at 10 past, so that's cancelled, and all of a sudden it just fizzed. It just disappeared.
Yeah.
It just, everyone just spread, and again, I'm playing the bangers.
Yeah.
But if they had just gone, let's go out with a bang and archway out onto a bus at 11, it would have been perfect. Because there's something about the idea of the stamina. It's like people just can't keep going.
I know.
They get there at 3. They're probably excited before they even get there, so they're drinking at 2, if not 1. They get there at 3. They wait around. They get their first maybe drink again at 4. 4 o'clock till midnight is such a long time of booze and hard and small talk that you're just done with.
Exactly.
And it's just I'm proving it weekly.
But I think as well it gets to 11 or 10:45 and then people think, oh, like we're going soon, we better make the most of the drinks package or whatever, and then as you said, it just starts to get just sloppy. And
I bet you're the same. My dance floor, my equipment, your mirror booth, everything it's fine until about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's just this chaos.
Yeah.
So is there anything we should summarise about the mirror booth? We've talked a lot about the mirror booth and obviously the digital booths are easy to talk about, but is there anything else we should mention in relation to booking that package? Because the printing's optional, the design of the thing is optional, it needs a big space, it can't be upstairs without elevators and lifts.
Yeah.
Props come, it has to be manned.
Yes, the mirror photo booth, definitely. And I think for weddings, the mirror photo booth is the way to go. Like that's the one we will always recommend first for weddings, because the photos come out a lot, because you've got the professional camera in there, the photos come out a lot clearer, they're of a higher quality, and I think that's what you want from a wedding. And I think we've had...
that way, if we're doing the mirror booth and you're just doing strips, then after the event, when they get the digital gallery, they can go and print out single
whatever
photos.
Yeah,
right.
Because they'll get the strips in the digital form as well as
the actual photos as well. Okay, that's great.
Photos,
that's great. So there you go.
So everything's blown up. All your body parts, if you get your parts out in the booth, it's all there.
It's awesome.
It's all out on the table.
Some people get so set on like having 3 good photos in the strip because you got to have one that looks good, but in reality, 2 are bad. One's good.
Yeah.
You can go and print it out later and you can figure out about
new profile picture on Facebook,
it's true, hey. And what about setup and stuff like that, in the sense that I've seen you sometimes set up in advance? Is your preference for it all to be set, or is it obviously, I assume your preference, like anybody, is you want to just get there, set it, and then get to work, right?
Yeah, I think it depends where we are, because we know, like obviously we do a lot of weddings at Frogmore Creek because you're always there when we're there, and I think we know, how a Frogmore wedding's going to run, so you sort of know, and I mean that's an amazing thing to have that sort of set out for you. So when we have brides or grooms inquire with us, we sort of already know from the get-go, if they put on there that they're getting married at Frogmore Creek, we're like, right, well, you know that you're going to probably do your first dance at 8:50 and then the dance floor will open up at 9 to 11, so we'll go 9 till 11, and that's our 2-hour package. And that usually works great, doesn't it? So we'll get there at about 8. Speeches are still happening at that time. People are eating dinner. We go and set up where we need to, and that works out amazing. You go to some other venues though, and like you've got to be walking right through the middle of where they're doing the speeches. So that's just things, because we've obviously done a lot of weddings, a lot of different venues. You sort of just figure that out along the way. What times you're going to need to set up there and everything like that. So
we have the same thing with the DJ package only, like as in some people try, it's a 5-hour package, and that's based around 6 to 11, because the DJ needs to, most of the time, play someone into the room for bridal party, and then background music over dinner, which sometimes can be sorted by a restaurant, sometimes not, but also mic for speeches. Now, if you've got a mic for speeches and background music doable, that's great. The only curveball then is, do you want a DJ? Fucking walking through the middle of your wedding at 7 o'clock, getting ready for his 8 o'clock 3-hour start or whatever. And if that's it, because it's in a different room, brilliant. But if it is like walking through, it is a nightmare for the DJ, for the guests. It's such a just cop the extra 2 hours and have it smooth sailing, right?
Or like we just have a set fee for setting up early as well. So for us, it's
we either set up an hour before our start time, or you can pay the set fee and we'll come and set up whenever you need us to on the same day. Obviously, we're not going to come and set up a week earlier, but we'll come and set up in the morning if we need
before anyone gets there. It'll set up. We'll put the cover back on it, or turn, if it's the digital one, turn it off, and then that way when people need to use it, we'll turn it on. And it's clear
it's all ready to go.
It's all ready to go. We just walk in and
that's what you want. Nice and clean. Keep it because these things, I'm discovering on this thing, we're putting on this little production for everybody. It's a 1-day theatre show that no one's rehearsed, and we're all just like really good at doing our roles, but like you have to kind of make it all work and think about all those kind of logistical things.
It doesn't matter how well planned it is. There's always something.
There's always something.
But there's half a dozen curveballs in the day on a good day.
On a good day.
So
that's a nice amount. That's a nice small amount. It's the logistics of setting big things up, because again, you and I are like, big big equipment taking time. But I love when we have that pack down battle.
I know.
So you can get out the quickest.
Yeah, I know. And I always say, do you need any help? And you're like, nope, I've got it. It's fine.
I have it down to about 8 minutes.
I know.
Which is pretty extraordinary. But it's because it's all custom set up. So, like, I know it's just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. And you know the order it has to go in the car.
It's the Tetris of the car has been played, you know.
And I feel like we've got it down to probably about 10 to 15.
It's pretty good.
Which is good, but then you think there's 2 of us and there's only 1 of you, so, you know.
Yeah.
But it used to take us so long.
Takes
like
half an
anything,
hour.
you know.
And do your other staff, when you have other staff on, like when you're doing 2 or 3 in a day, they're all doing the pack up and the set down themselves?
No, we will go.
Okay.
One of us is a bit of a perfectionist, I would say. And there's times where we'll go and set up. Like we did an early setup at Frogmore Creek, and we went and set up in the morning, and then Joe's brother and his girlfriend went and worked the event. But even after we set up, we were on our way home, weren't we? And I said, do you think, because we were going to do something else that night.
I remember this. This is the Jack Jumpers.
Yeah,
Did you go to the Jack Jumpers
we
or
went to the
something?
Jack Jumpers, you know. And we were leaving, and I said, do you think we should call in on the way to the Jack Jumpers and make sure everything's good? Joe was like, no.
If we set up early, if we set up on the day, an hour is like heaps of time. If we're setting up before we start, an hour is like heaps. We'll set up in half an hour, 45 minutes. If we set up early, it takes us an hour and a half because Meg will just
I just
overthink
everything.
every small detail and be like stressing about, the camera could be better or maybe it isn't quite focused enough.
And then I've got all that time in between to think about it as well.
Oh, God.
And even when we leave the house, like if we go and do, it's not so bad with our events down here now because we know we're always within half an hour from home.
Yeah.
But if we go and do an event in Launceston, I'll be like to Joe, let's take another printer, let's take another flash, let's take all these cords.
Just in case.
Joe's like, no,
We've been
it's
doing it for
fine.
5 years now. We've never had anything
Touch
like
wood.
big equipment.
Yeah. Have you ever had any curveballs, like a break on the night or a shutdown or anything like that? Nothing's ever happened?
No.
That happened the other night. That happened the other night at one. Like something happened about 9:30 and that was just like all of a sudden it was not working. And then they fixed it, but it was like...
We have.
What?
It was before we fully took over, and
I've just erased it from my
the
memory.
laptop that we were using in the booth was a bit older, and it just decided that it was going to
be
shit
really
itself.
slow.
Yeah,
So
right.
then we had to restart it, and it took forever.
Oh, God.
And it was just horrible because people are like, "Oh, we're ready to go." Like, and we're
it's
like,
the worst,
we
man.
need.
Sometimes there's nothing you can do. And there's so many technical elements. Like you've got camera and screen and computer and printer. Like I mean, printers I don't think ever work.
I know. We're pretty lucky with ours.
Yeah, yours
I
always
think.
seems to work. I mean, I got a printer here. I don't know how much you have to spend on a printer just to get it to work, but my God, they're famously one of the worst, most useless items in history, right? Like I mean,
luckily the printer is super easy to use, super easy to change because it uses the dye sublimation instead of normal
like the
printing
ink.
So it doesn't have ink?
No.
What's in it?
It's like a long sheet of like, it looks like
Paper.
cellophane, I guess, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And, well, there's a long sheet of paper that it prints on, obviously.
I have no idea how to explain this.
now we're learning exactly. Yeah, you're more props.
Yeah.
It's
Just leave the
different
props to
layers
me.
of different colours, and it'll lay them over the paper.
Yeah, right.
And then
So it's not an
print
ink?
the photo. No.
Okay,
So it comes
interesting.
out straight away. You can take it away, and I guess it's more similar to an instant Polaroid, I guess.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that because running out of ink would be a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Is that how
And
some would work
changing it.
though? Would some work that way?
I don't think so because,
No, I think because of the heavy load of
Yeah,
printing
right.
so many.
yeah,
It
just a funny way to put it.
49 minutes we went without having.
I don't know because people aren't going to hear what we talked about before this. So anyway,
Good one. Oh yeah, well that's interesting to know. But yeah, there are so many points of failure there that I'm surprised it doesn't go wrong way more often than it does.
I know we're very lucky, but
I guess the other thing with booking as well, with design wise, Meg said that we've got the set designs you can choose from for a photo strip and for a start screen. Meg also does custom ones to match invites, save the dates, things like that as well.
Here's
So,
Joel.
Yeah.
This is home.
I'm just laughing because Joe's just making a point of saying, because he says, oh, you should charge extra for that. And I'm like...
Because Meg charges like $25. And sometimes she'll spend like 4 hours doing this. I'm like, so you've paid yourself like...
Yeah, $4.80.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Love that. Minimum wage,
But that's how you learn. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
You know, that's good though. Duty of care. What you're saying to me is that you got a duty of care and you want it to go right and you want it to be good.
We
I think
want it
it's
to be the best.
It's less about... Because it's somewhat built into the pricing because it all used to be kind of more custom, whereas then we paid for like a bunch of set designs so people could choose them. That way they can choose that.
Them.
Or, and that's kind of like one of the reasons why we didn't increase our pricing earlier, or we haven't increased our pricing for like 4 years.
Ages.
So
I know.
kept it the same. And I think that's one of the things we'll charge extra for other things that we've added, but not
the core.
increase like the base price.
The base rates.
Yeah.
If the base rate's good and it's working, that's fine. But there you can do other things.
Yeah.
Little add-ons and all those bits and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we recently have added on the option with our mirror booth to be able to send them digitally as well. So if you want to add on that people can download them on the night, if you want them to share it to social media or whatever it may be, then we've got that add-on now as well. We've also got with our digital photo booths that you can add a video booth on there as well. So
what's a video booth?
Well, we're actually doing a video booth this weekend. So with our digital photo booths, you can have just a standard photo booth where you stand there, take the photo. But with our video booth add-on, you can set out 3 or 4 questions that you want people to answer.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
This is a good idea.
Yeah. So and you can have both. So you can have the photo booth and the video guest book at the same time in the same sort of setup.
Nice.
So and
they just get prompted on the questions.
Yeah.
So then do you have to worry about audio and stuff like that?
We set up a wireless mic that people hold on to.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like noise cancelling. So even if it's pretty loud in the room, like you can still pick up on what people are saying. But it's really funny. We've done it once before, haven't we? And it was really fun to see people's answers.
That's awesome. I love that. That's such a good idea.
And we just give people the option if they want to think of their own questions, or if we just do like the standard questions, like what advice do you have for the couple? It's sort of like the next step. Like if people want an audio guest book, for example, like the telephones to leave the messages, it's sort of like a step up from that.
I think that's super cool. I really like that. I would have loved that.
You probably look back on more.
100%. I love it. How do you deliver all that content to them? Same way.
Same
Just
online
other guys.
gallery. Yeah.
Individual videos. And
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. That you should push. That's a really good idea.
Well, hopefully we'll have lots of content from this weekend.
Yeah. Where are you this weekend?
That is a great question.
I know. I feel the same way. I feel the same way sometimes.
I feel like Franklin Wharf.
Okay.
And the other event we've got is an engagement party.
Yeah, nice. Because you do other things as well. You do the little before we finish, you do the basketball, baseball cards.
We do the trading cards,
which is super cool.
Yes,
that's another cool thing.
We're very lucky. We do a lot of events with St. Luke's. Yep. So shout out to St. Luke's. They have us in.
They don't need no fucking shout
I know, but they have been really, really good to work with. Really
nice.
Meg has always got like different ideas, different things that she wants to do.
So essentially, this is like a trading card.
Yeah.
Which is a photo from the booth, but it comes out like a trading card. On different cardstock and stuff?
No, it's the same.
Set it up differently, so it doesn't actually have a booth element anymore, which works so much better for on the day.
What does that mean?
It's just a phone with the camera on the phone. So we have take the photo in the software. It'll do like an AI background removal and put them on the court.
Whatever sport, whether it's basketball, football,
so
whatever.
So you can customise it to whatever. And then they put some details in. They put their name, number,
special
position,
skill, whatever would be on a trading card.
And then we'll print it out. We've got like a big like guillotine cut out thing. So
makes it easy.
Cut out the 2 different sides of the card, glue them together, and then put them in like a magnetic plastic case.
So good.
Take away.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we can also do, this is not trading cards, but I'm just thinking of the other stuff that
magnets,
we do.
Right?
Yeah, magnets.
I think I've got one right behind me on the fridge.
Well, there you go.
Oh, yeah, you do too.
It's always in the shot. I can see it in the shot. It's right there. Yeah.
So that's another thing that we can do as well. It's not something we've really put out
It's really cool. They're all over my fridge. I think people would like that too.
Yeah, I know.
Because we have toyed with the idea of doing it like on site.
You do badges, I think. So it's the same technology.
Yeah.
That's not good though.
But magnets are good because, and I think that's the thing as well. Yeah. Going back to weddings, is that if people usually use their photo strips as their keepsakes because it's got the couple's name and their wedding date, everything like that. Whereas we thought that's where a magnet would be good as well
100%.
Because. Yeah, we can, and that's something that we could offer live as well. Is that
I think it's a really good idea. I think I've got some on the fridge that you did at the expo or something.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah, because I went on and stalked your Instagram, and then
Meg went out to the car while I was still in the expo.
and
made them in the back of the car.
Did you?
I mean,
it doesn't need power to make this thing.
Well,
apart from
we print
printing,
them out on the standard photo booth printer. But Joe really enjoys talking to customers.
Yeah.
And I just do all the back end stuff, so I don't need to be there, do I?
Mate, we all have our skills and things with the sword and stuff like that. But they're really cool. I think they're both really good ideas. I like this digital thingo. That's a great idea. Digital video.
Yeah.
Because that's just such a nice way of everybody being able to say something and film it, and the couples. It's more for the couples.
Yeah.
I
think
photo booth is a little bit for the guests.
Yeah. I think if you can see them, it means a bit more than just like the audio.
Yeah.
Because then if it's a bit loud or whatever, you're trying to decipher who is talking to you.
100%.
For one. And obviously the mic's really good. It cuts out a lot of the background noise. So
awesome.
It's a lot better,
Awesome. I love it. Well, have we covered pretty much everything that we need to cover about photo booths? Anything else you need to say? I feel like you've got space, you've got printing, you've got loading in, you've got times, you've got packages, you've got add-ons, you've got digital, it's manned, you've got props. Anything else you can think of that people would like to know before?
I don't think so. I think people often mistake us. They think we're some big company that does all these events, and because we get people that say to us, they'll email us and say, I talked to this lady on the weekend or whatever, and it's like, yes, that's
you
either,
talk to the lady.
Yeah, it's either me or Joe.
Talk to this lady Joe on the weekend.
And it's just us, isn't it? So sometimes
I think people think because we've done such a wide variety of things that it can't just be
two people. And I mean, look, we do have people behind us that help us, of course. Joe's mum, but
well, it's not your first job. You both have other jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, yeah.
We both work full time during the week.
Yeah. You're hustlers, mate. You're hustlers.
I know.
You're absolute hustlers.
Especially November, December, we work like 2 months straight, don't we? Good. And then
it's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
And then you take time off and go to Japan.
Yeah.
But you got to figure out how to pay for me at your wedding. That's what you have
to
do. So
I know. We're still paying off that bill. I'll tell you that now.
I'm not that expensive.
It was worth it.
Well, I'm glad you think it was worth it. That's always good. I'm surprised that the more I do these, the more I think I've had 3 people now like, you did my. I'm like, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, of course I did.
I mean, when you're doing,
I do 80 to 100 a year.
Yeah.
Which does cloud things slightly, especially when it's like 3 or 4
unless
years
you
ago.
know them beforehand,
and especially when it's out of context. Yes. I'll meet people whose weddings I've done very recently, but guess what? If they're not wearing a suit and a bridal dress, they look like different people that I saw for a 4-hour window on this. You know?
But even at a wedding, I mean, I know we need to wrap up, but even at a wedding, it is so easy to tell the bride out from everyone else.
Yes.
But we've had people
grooms,
before. Yeah, it's so hard.
Could not agree with you more.
And they'll come up to the photo booth and they'll say, and I'll explain how to use it, and I'll say, this is for such and such, and they'll be like, yeah, that's me. I'm like,
amazing,
great,
amazing. I do it all the time.
Good.
I always stuff it up with the groom because they're always floating around first, because pre anything, because that's what they're always coming.
They're
first.
just chilling out,
I'll be like, mate, congratulations, you having a good day? And he'll be like, yeah, I think you want to talk to Steve. I'll be like, great, g'day mate, how are you? Having a good day? He'll be like, what? Yeah, what? I'm like, you're not the groom then? No, he's using the car. Okay. So like constantly.
They all look
Put
the
your
same.
damn flowers on, boys. Put them on early so I know which one's which.
Yeah.
That's the only way of telling.
Yeah.
The nicest floral arrangement right there.
Exactly.
It's like, you're Greg.
Yeah.
I don't have any Gregs recently, mind you.
Love it.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I think you do a great job. I love it when you're on site. We always have a good time. And I've just learned a lot. There's heaps more to it. It's way more technical than I thought, and there's way more cool offerings that you can even do with it. But I do think it's a really fun addition to any wedding day because it is something that everyone gets to keep.
Yeah.
It gives people something to do when they are feeling a bit awkward or a bit bored because they've been hanging out for a little while. It's fun for the kids. It's fun for the adults. Not everyone has to use it. It's just a cool little addition. So I reckon get around it.
Me
Thanks
too.
for coming on.
I think that too.
Yay! Thanks, guys.